Hey, it's Matt, I'm back, and today we have a vlog. We're gonna make a vlog about gear we like to use. So I'm gonna start with what I use to photograph all the weddings and engagement sessions. These are two A7 III bodies from Sony. They are my favorite cameras I've ever owned. They're not perfect, but these ones have been really great. They're really fun for me to use. And I feel like a good camera is something that makes me able to capture something that I haven't been able to do before, I guess. And so we got these 3 years ago now. So they're actually like dated. In the camera world, cameras don't get updated that often. I would assume they'll make a new one of these soon in the next 12 to 18 months, but you never know, you never know. The front part of this one, or the lens, is the Sony G Master 70-200 f2.8. So this is the kind of camera that lets me zoom in really far, get really tight portraits, really great candids. This lens is the Sigma Art 35mm, it's f1.4. This one gives really blurry backgrounds on my photos. If I had to pick one focal length to shoot on, it's 35. 35 is my favorite. It's a little bit wider, so you can get a little bit more of what's going on. So it's a really versatile lens. Why would I shoot two cameras? A, I own them anyways. When I started photographing, I was just doing it by myself, and I would have a second camera as a backup. And then my backup camera was kind of a crappy camera, and then I was like, I should have two matching cameras. And then I was like, well, I have two matching cameras, I may as well put them on me. And there's a perk because I don't have to switch lenses when I'm out. I'm able to just carry these two cameras on me, and I don't even need to worry about my camera bag. These are the only things I'm carrying with me. All right, so I said they're not perfect. Things I would change. I don't like the screens on the back. They're terrible. We own 5 Sony cameras. They all have really bad screens, in my opinion. So when you're photographing, it's like you can't really see it in daylight. They're just not great. But I mean, that's one of the drawbacks of it being such a great price, is the screen isn't so great. All right, here's my next camera. This is the A7R III. I don't like using this on engagement sessions. The files are really big. I don't need that for them. So it's a bit overkill. The final images with our other cameras is great for weddings, and they're really good for that. This one, the file sizes are like double the size. They're like 100 megabytes every time you hear it click. 40 photos in like 4 seconds. And that would be, let me do the math, 4 gigabytes. So I save this for commercial shoots or things in the studio. So my opinion of this camera, I think a lot of megapixels is like kind of diminishing returns. Past 20 megapixels, it's hard to see the difference. You need to really get high numbers to make a big difference. So if I owned one camera, it wouldn't be this one. This one is kind of a bonus camera for our commercial work. So it's really good for that. And some of our clients do want the high resolution for that kind of work, but we don't need it in our everyday use. Other than that, I think it's great. This is my Rodecaster, or they call it the Rodecaster Pro. This is what we record our podcasts with. Like, I just enjoy making content. It's fun talking to friends. And this tool makes it really easy to do. The perk on this thing is it has sound pads. So when I make a podcast, I can actually hit a sound pad that starts the intro song, fade down the audio for that, give the intro, fade it out, have the conversation, hit the button at the end, fade in the outro music, turn our mics down, and then turn the recording off. What that means is I can record with everything I need and don't have to edit it later. That saves a lot of time, actually. You can hook this into the computer and directly export for Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Anchor, or Buzzsprout, or whatever your podcast publishing platform is. It has audio processing too, so it makes everybody's voice sound a little better. It has what's called a compressor. A compressor just makes it sound a little bit more pleasing, so you don't have to ride the volume so much in your car if you're listening, or your headphones. Really great tool. If I could change one thing about this guy, I would change that it came with a case, or at least something to lock on the top, because it's got a lot of knobs and sliders and buttons and pieces. I kind of feel like I might break it sometimes, so we keep it in a drawer, but it'd be nice if we want to bring it on location to have a case. So that would be the one thing I change. Other than that, I think it's a really great tool, and I've really liked using it, and I think it works really, really good. All right, I'm gonna end it off with this thing. This thing has more buttons than anything else I own, I swear. This is called the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. This is a video switcher. I can hook up to 8 inputs like cameras or computers. It has outputs, it streams right to the internet and it records. So when everything kind of got locked down, we knew that live streaming would be really important. So we started investing in some live streaming equipment, which our couples and clients really appreciated. All these in-person meetings people were used to having couldn't happen. And everybody knows the pain of a basic Zoom call stream. So this lets us actually stream really high quality footage off of our cameras. And it looks great. We can switch between them live. We can show different viewers different things. And this thing has become one of the most important tools in our studio in the last year. Tools like this that let you bring people together, let you share stories. That's what we're all about here, is telling stories and preserving what life was like. So this thing has been a killer tool. So that's a few of our kits that we use to do what we do, to tell stories. And for us, when we look at any piece of technology, it just has to fill the criteria of making our work better, and as far as like our live streaming equipment, help us just really connect people and tell really great stories. So in our opinion, a great tool is something that, number one, helps us do what we do, and number two, makes our life a little bit easier. Then that's worth a little bit. But number one is definitely doing what we do. We need tools that work reliably and we can trust and make great experiences for people. We'll chat soon.